The next guest tonight has starred in La Bamba and Courage Under Fire. Currently, he can be seen in his Tony-nominated role in The King and I right here on Broadway. Check it out. Please welcome Lou Diamond Phillips. Tell me about the hair. What is going on with the hair?
Well, this is the King and I cut. You know, it looks like an alfalfa bowl cut that went awry. But it works out well. And I actually, here in New York, people don't pay any attention to it whatsoever. I look like a bike messenger or a grunge artist from the village.
Right, so here they don't mind, but what happens? You go anyplace else?
If I go to L.A., for instance, and I go to a nice restaurant or something, people, they start putting away their purses and getting nervous and looking for the rest of the gang members.
Very threatening stuff.
Yeah,
how are you enjoying doing this? Because a lot of your work beforehand, you know, primarily film, things like that, now you're in front of a live audience. Every night. What is that like for you? You used to it now?
It's wonderful. I mean, what people don't realize, though, I mean, they think they're like watching television or watching a movie or something. They don't realize that they're as much a part of your performance as anything else. And you hear everything that's going on out there. You know, if kids are crying or whatever. I mean, I had a little kid say, "I don't like that man," at one point. And another time, a woman... I'm serious. I'm only acting. But there was a woman in the front row, 6 feet away from Donna Murphy and myself, who got a call on her cell phone. And ring, ring, and I'm thinking, is she going to answer it? And she answers the phone. Yes, I'm at the show now. Oh, it's wonderful. Oh, he's fantastic. I could reach out and touch him. Hold on, excuse me, pardon me. No, it's all right, it's okay.
Oh my God! So, do you ever stop the show and lean over and say, or you can't? You got to stay in character.
No, you sort of have to stay in character no matter what. And crying kids and people talking and even people who have fallen asleep in the front row, you really can't. You know, as much as you'd like to. I'm acting here.
It's when they climb up onto the stage and lie down and go to sleep that it's a problem.
Yeah, we have an orchestra pit with alligators, so they can't really get over it.
Very good. All right. You know, I guess the first thing that a lot of people saw you in was La Bamba.
Yeah, that was my big break.
That's where you became a big star.
Thank you.
And I was curious, whenever a celebrity gets so well known for that first role, I wondered, do people ever bug you about the song? You know, like they see you and they feel like they gotta sing the song in your face
always.
Or something.
I mean, you have to realize it was the Macarena of its time.
Yeah.
So I mean, and in restaurants, and and everybody go la la la. That's not the words, you know. It's para bailar la bamba, and I know them. You don't have to sing them to me. I couldn't even go into Mexican restaurants with mariachi bands.
It's so annoying.
Yeah, no.
And if you get in the cab, the guy's like, "Hey, la 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 bamba."
Thank you. That's the first time anyone's ever done that. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Oh man, that'd be so annoying. So you've punched a lot of people out in your day.
No, I've smiled and go, "Hey, that's good." Oh, that's a new one. You know, there's been a lot of that.
That's and Carrie Mace too. That helps. Now, before La Bamba, what were you doing? What kind of work were you getting at?
All sorts of things. I mean, I was working in Texas, and I studied under a man named Adam Rourke there, and doing a lot of extra work and things like. I was in Texas. We do a lot of industrials, training films, and so there's a bunch of them of me still floating around. I was an ingredient in Shakey's pizza dough once.
You played an ingredient?
An ingredient. It was like a talk show like this, and all the ingredients were there, and I was solid shortening. And I was basically a samurai warrior in a Crisco can. It was that whole John Belushi thing at the time, And I didn't even, I had a top knot on my head when my hair was still long, and I didn't even have any lines. They would just say, okay, say yeast and rise, and I go, yeast, rise.
Who thinks of this crap? It's amazing.
I don't know.
I was in a star. It's funny because I did some industrials before too, where I for the Music Instrument Association out in Los Angeles. When it's the kind of thing where you do your makeup on the way over there, you try and put yourself together,
and it pays your rent for a month,
exactly.
Or whatever.
It's how you get by. Now, you actually, this was interesting to me. You had a chance to go to Yale. Is that right? To study.
Yeah. I was actually accepted at a number of schools. I was one of those ridiculous straight arrow kids.
Right.
But I had three buddies, Tony, Danny, and Rob, who were still in Texas. A couple of them came up for the opening night of the show, and we were really tight at the time. And Danny got a football scholarship, so we all said we got 4 more years to be buddies. Let's stay together, and we all went to that school.
So now, what did your mom do when you went to her and said, yeah, Yale, which is the hardest, this is the hardest drama program to get into probably in the country, right?
My dad was the one who was worried. I mean, my dad's a Navy guy, good old, a Navy man, and I was going to go to college in Texas with 3 guys to study drama. He was a little worried about me. So the first time I brought a girl home from school, hey, that's my boy.
And then everything's all right.
It's okay, he's an actor. He's got a girlfriend.
Yeah. So they were okay with it. They accepted that you want to hang out in Texas a little while longer.
Yeah, it worked out okay because, you know, I started doing professional theater, and they said, you know, the kid's going to be all right.
Well, now they got to be pretty happy.
Yeah, they're thrilled. They were both up for the opening night, and, you know, they're still calling me, oh, hey, this saw Courage Under Fire. You know, we know you're only acting. It's okay. You know, you're really terrible, but you're only acting.
All right. Well, that's nice to hear. Yeah, you weren't really shot at. Okay. Yeah. The King and I is at the Neil Simon Theater, and it's gotten rave reviews. And I just wanted to mention also, you mentioned Courage Under Fire, and there has actually been people mentioning your performance was so great in there. There might be an Oscar nomination in there.
Hey,
it was your mom who told me that. Yeah.
You know, from your mouth to God's ears.
Right.
We'll see.
Yeah, well, that'd be great. But congratulations on everything.
Very much.
Thanks a lot for coming by. Really good to have you.
My pleasure.
Lou Diamond Phillips. Very nice guy. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Dave Attell will make you laugh. He'll make you cry.